Thank you.
Sometimes there's a floor, sometimes there are walls, but there's never a ceiling. There's never a ceiling. You feel it on your feet. You feel it on your feet.
All right. It's about that time. Okay. We're just testing the mic also, so I'm going to say some words. Are y'all ready to hear some words? Like, do y'all know what kind of words y'all going to hear tonight? Well, I'm just going to say some words that you might hear, just for the sake of it. You might hear pussy. You might hear dick. Right? Whoa. You might hear constitution. That's a good one, right? I wrote that one. Yeah. So it's a late night slam. This is a special version of the Jambalaya Soul Experience. Usually we're slamming a little bit earlier in the night, and we also have part of a competition. But tonight is a special competition because we're going to be crowning this year's erotic slam champion. I have the honor of holding the title for last year, which is why I got my chest out like this tonight. Yeah, I usually don't dress like this. That's actually a lie. I do dress like this often. But we have some amazing talent coming to the stage in the form of poetry. They're going to be competing for that title. But again, like I mentioned, before we get this slam rolling, I would like to bring up our opener for the evening. And we're gonna have, let me give a round of applause to Anu, who's gonna start this show off. Let's give a nice warm round of applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Greetings. Ooh, y'all are so sexy. It's a little distracting to have been a crowd of just such gorgeous people. So yeah, I'm gonna start you off with two poems tonight. The first one is a love poem to myself, because as we all know, loving yourself is, well, it's the key to everything in life. So, this one is called Ode to My Breasts. I have fantastic breasts, you see, for no other reason than they please me. Their simplicity, their grace, their aura of authority, they define the moment, riding the line between sweetness and power, because they know, oh yes, they know what they can create. They can give life, pleasure, and peace. They can sit and stand as they please. Society may want to dictate rules, bind them in contraptions, or lust for them, but my breasts are too smart. They know who they are, what they came for, and they didn't come for admiration or attention. No, my breasts came for wonder. They came to be smooth, to slide against skin while languishing on the floor. They came to be tangled up in soft cotton sheets, to taste berries on their nipples, to be whispered to be caressed, to be fucking revered. My breasts are badasses, you see. They please me, not because they try to. They just do. I watch them move in their sarong, nipples delighting in the summer wind, and I think, yes. Yes to their delight, to their freedom. I owe it to them to do as they bid. Wear that shirt, not that one, they say. Feel the silk. Get lost in the purple. Find us in the spring, keep us warm in the winter. Let us only be held by loving hands. They have so many decrees, and they are all brilliant. Everything my breasts say, I listen to, because they know breast. They have been doing womanhood since eternity was invented. They know. I trust them. So, here's a shout out to all the breasts in the world. May you love them, honor them, and listen to them as I do mine, for no other reason than it feels good. So when we think of love and intimacy, right, like the backbones of life, how do we get there? What? Communication, yes, amen, communication. But also through feeling, right? When you're in a really brilliant moment with your lover, I imagine you are not thinking about the dishes. I hope you are not. That is a bad lover then. But the point is that feeling is how we get into love, right? Thinking is good. It gets us through the world, gets shit done. But ultimately, feeling is what makes us human. So this poem is about feeling, and I invite you, if it feels safe or comfortable or just in the moment for you, to close your eyes and maybe listen to the words and let them sink in beyond your brain, beyond cognition, and into your body a little bit more. This is called feeling states. Feeling is a kind of knowing that lives in places that thoughts cannot go. Instead, to feel is to allow without foresight or hindsight, to stand in the center of infinity and just feel the turn to the left, the twist to the right, and keep breathing through each long night. When asked, how would you like to feel? Many might say happy or at peace. Yet these are baselines, foundations. We are all happy and peaceful in our truest nature. What else have you come for? What ripples of feeling would you like to move through you? What sort of sensation would set your pelvis on fire? What would bring the waters of creation moving through your heart? And the winds of delight coursing through your vocal cords? Don't even attempt to answer. Just feel how you want to feel. A lover's hand across your skin, a caress of the cheek, a touch on your arm as you speak. It's all possible. Every feeling state belongs to you in the infinite home of your body. The cosmos come to life as you. Your body of marrow and breath, the temple that you created to worship at the altar of life. If feeling is living, then don't let the death of feeling stop you. When joy leaves or ecstasy fades, let them go. Let them pass over you like smoke from a fire, knowing that there is always more to come. Yes, grieve a loss of love. Yearn for a face that you wish to see, a body that warms your soul. Want it all. With every fiber of your being, your golden beating heart, your purple crown, your root of fire, don't stop the desire. Feel everything and let it flow across your features as the waterfalls of creation. For there is nothing better than this. There is nowhere to go that feeling cannot find you. No place where you can escape the sensation of yourself. Your own skin gives you everything. Your hand on your chest moving with each exhale. Life is not static, nor is your essence. The very core of you is a vibrating particle full of love, bursting with longing, feeling the aliveness again and again and again. Keep dying, keep trying, keep releasing. Be with every sensation, never a true cessation. For to stop feeling is to stop the flow of all that is you. So stay true, beloved, and let your feelings engulf you, and you will see that all is exactly as it is meant to be. Each tear, each sigh, each moan, each breath is the feeling of all felt things that you wanted, just because you can. For you are a man, a woman, a beast, a god, and the things you feel are what makes life real.
All right.
Have a sexy night.
Let's give one more round of applause for Anu. Thank you, thank you. What a smooth way to kick this thing off. Talking about feelings, intimacy, and being present in your body. How many of y'all feel present in your body tonight? Okay. About the other y'all, I don't know. Hopefully y'all can be grounded to your seats by the end of this night. Okay. So a couple things about the slam here. We have a total of 6 poets who are going to be coming to the stage tonight. We have 5 judges who are going to be essentially giving an Olympic-style score to every poet who comes to the stage this evening. That's a 0 to 10. Now, judges, a 10 is like you popped off in the best orgy of your life. Like, everybody that you've ever dreamed about being with is all there, and guess what? You are the central focus of it. It's like baby oil and eucalyptus and I don't even know, like maybe some cinnamon too. I don't know what your flavor is. It's fantastic. Now a zero is like you walking on gravel barefoot, or Legos, or some mud. Like a 0 is the worst thing that you could ever experience. So judges, you know who you are. You are going to be scoring between those 2 points. A 10 and a 0, make sure you utilize that decimal space. It's gonna come in handy later on. Another thing that we have to consider is time. So poets, we're going to give you 4 minutes to say what you need to say on this stage. We're gonna give you a 10-second grace period, a little bit of aftercare action, but if you go past that 10 seconds, we are going to give you a time penalty. And if we ever run across a time penalty, we're gonna teach the audience a little prompt so that y'all can yell at the poets, because one thing that poets love is getting yelled at. We're actually masochists. So, we're gonna get to that in just a second, but we've got our judges, we've got our poets. This slam is, I think, just about ready to get started, right, Wendy? All right. So I'm gonna read out the names of all the poets who are gonna be competing, and this is the name, this is the round, this is how they're gonna go in this first round, okay? So first we have Jordy B. Writing. Second, we got Boo the Fool. Third, we got A. Janae. Fourth, we got Suave the Poet. Fifth, Wild Perfection. And sixth, we have Poetic Zay. All right, so everybody knows who they're gonna be cheering and clapping for tonight. Your goal as audience is to sway the judges. Make sure that they give the most appropriate scores to the poem that they're hearing. If you like what they give, cheer them on, shout them out. If you don't like it, boo them. Simple. If you don't like it, can we get a loud boo? Like, let's practice one time. 3, 2, 1. Oh, y'all are gonna do great tonight. Judges, your job is to stick to your score. You're the one with the clipboard or whatever markers you're working on tonight. So whatever score you write, that is what you chose. Don't let the audience sway you at all. And I think with that, we are ready to bring up our first poet. So, audience, can I get a round of applause for our first poet of the night as he comes to the stage, Jordy B. Writing. Beautiful, you are up next, and A. Janae, you are on deck.
This piece is called Body of Water. I've always felt better when I'm in the water, and I mean in any body of water. To be more specific, I feel better when I'm testing, or should I say tasting your waters. Your lips are the very definition of fine dining, so let me make myself clear, I'm referring to both sets. I think about breaststroking you on a daily basis, and I've always been a strong swimmer. I guess you could say cannonballs are my love language. When I tell you I want to shoot pool, what I'm actually trying to say is I want to give you more laps than Michael Phelps. And I want to wear your legs around my neck like a gold medal. I lose myself when I'm inside you, and I don't think about fucking you on one occasion. Every day. I have flashbacks of splashing in your deep end like a war veteran. You cause me to suffer from PSSD, post-sex stress disorder. It's kind of ironic that I'm a fan of Ramada because I'm at peace when you let me in. You got that meditation pussy. That shit that makes you focus on your breathing when you first slide in. I memorize the look on your face as you feel me spreading your walls as though I'm doing a home renovation. The way you bite your lip and declare your desire for me only intensifies the severity of the pounding taking place. I know your mouth is watering for me, so I feed you my girth and allow you to taste yourself. I don't like to brag, but after I kill your pussy, I can bring it back to life with some lip to labia resuscitation. If Trey Songz reinvented sex, then I damn sure reinvented cannibalism. I mean, I'm trying to look on your lips like LL Cool J. I have you giving me praise like you recite your daily affirmations, and your nails in my back are all the validation I'll ever need. As I feel your waves rising, I start to feel the need. The need to release my seed. I know exactly where you want it, and it's easy to see, so at the very end, I'll let you swallow me like a plan B. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Jordy B. Writing. All right. Judges, this is your moment to shine. Go ahead and write down those scores, and after you have written them down, raise it so I can read it. Can you write a little bit bigger? Or do you need another marker? You need another marker. All right. We're going to get you another marker. All right. Anybody else? We got one over here in the back. Okay. I see one. Okay. We're still working on yours. And is there a fifth one somewhere? All right. There we go. All right. And yours is. Okay, so I believe from lowest to high we had a 6.7, a 7.5, a 7.5. This was an 8.5, and we had an 8 over here as well. All right. And the way that's going to work is we're going to drop the lowest score and the highest score and take the average of the three. So you can boo all the judges, though, at any point in time you feel. All right, that brings the poet's total score to a 23. We applaud the poet, not the points. All right. Raise your hand if you're a top. Raise your hand if you're a bottom. Raise your hand if you don't know what either of those questions are. Okay, we're gonna learn a couple of, we got somebody in the back. Yeah, I see you up there. We're gonna learn some things tonight. Next coming to the stage, we have Boo the Fool coming to the stage. Up next is A. Janae. On deck, we have Swab the Poet. Everybody, a round of applause for Boo the Fool coming to the stage.
Did I take it off? This is a church. I don't even know. I swear to God, I'm going to some Plan B's and all that good old shit. This is a church. Can I curse? My poem's short, so I can talk a little shit for a little second. You know what I'm saying? I'm a comedian now. No. I don't know what to say. Hold up. Woo! Hold up. Go fast. I've been drinking. I'm drinking in the car. Then you got pre-game before you get in. You got pre-game real good. You know, I ain't got no drinks. Fucked up. We fucked up trying to figure it out. All right. Listen, hear me out. I might fuck up. Hold up. All right? Y'all laughing too much. All right. Dang. Hold fast. All right. Man, I need a silence first. I need, like, video shit. Never say you love someone if you don't really mean it. And if they had it once, I know that most of you be feigning. Niggas stalking, bitches cheating, I can't believe it. They say that love is in the air, but ain't nobody breathing. Girl, you looking good. Just let me see the cake. You can get the wood, just let a nigga bake. Time is within the air. Oh, I told you I might fuck up, hold up. Time is within the essence. No matter how long it takes, when you think you paint a perfect picture, it get erased to give or take. Do you love me or not? Most people go on to talk in love when they speak in their tongues. They be talking about their sex, they speaking their thumbs. I mean, speaking it wrong, tripping while singing the song. You hear me? That's it. That's all I ain't all that big wow geeky shit. Yeah, look. I ain't know I was gonna sign up. I ain't even gonna lie. That's why I came to this joint. They say you perform. Get up in. You can curse. Let me get the fuck up here. You know what I mean? All right, cool, y'all. Night. Thank y'all.
All right. Let's give a round for beautiful judges. This is your time to shine. Let's get some scores up. Okay, so we got one. You got your score ready? Okay, we got two. Hold it up. Hold up your scores, judges. I know we got one. Okay. Can you hold yours up again? Okay, so from low to high, we have a 3. Y'all not gonna boo that? Wow. Y'all crazy. Y'all wow. Oh man. We got a 3. We got a 4. We got a 4.5. We got a 5. And a, I believe it was a 5.5. And that's gonna give us a total score of 13.5. We applaud the poet, not the poets. Yeah. Look, it ain't easy to come out here and do this. Because if it was, all y'all would be doing it too. But y'all are like, but that's another point. The back of the car or out in the woods? Man, y'all some city slickers. Okay. Y'all know y'all in North Carolina, right? Just take a little day trip to the Awari Forest, the Pisgah Mountains. Yeah. All right. Coming up next, we have A. Janae, who's hitting the stage. After that, we have Swab the Poet, and Wild Perfection, you are on deck. So let's give a round of applause for A. Janae as she comes to the stage.
Let's go, poet.
The clock on the wall taunts me for counting the minutes, the hours, the finite aging of life devouring my every thought until you are here. Reunited, because my craving for you has become all enticing, overwriting every thought and responsibility I've been otherwise thinking. Instead, I'm rewritten in pages of mystery. Thrilling slow burn nostalgia of your minute hands winding clockwise covetous on my curves, inevitably slipping seconds ticking digits into my hourglass flow, making time fall slow and sensuous. I dream of the wheel of your expressions, the bite of your anchor lips before they crash into my gear wheel kiss, how as we near the hour mark, I can feel your pendulum harden, threaten swinging and swaying into my sundial center, make me chime like harp chords fresh recorded by metronome headboard. I reminisce of your obelisk dividing my timekeeper walls, spilling the contents from my water clock falls. We rock hips and anchor, sink and sigh, lift our hands and connect them skyward, bare bodies delighting in timeless encounter. I remember the way your firm noonward citadel makes me alarm church bells and sing sweetly when you clock strike 12. Make me erupt, convulse, professed love, proving ever so timeless, where bodies lay hand in hand, minutes and hours and days on end, my well runneth over. a broken hourglass liquid, a water clock quickly slipping with the slow dripping of amor immortalis, your time-dreaming chalice, taunted by clock-face madness until you can come home. Break us this scorekeep atlas, make time no longer matter, only present, only seasons made from seconds, only a lifetime surpassing senses, because my longing for you has become time-consuming.
All right, another round of applause for H-Day there. Judges, I hope you're getting used to this whole routine, because you know what I'm about to ask you, right? Go to get those scores, hold them up. Yup. Lights on or off? Oh, y'all don't want to see? That's wild. All right, we got one over here, okay? No, not a one score. Look, somebody I heard they were like, "Whoa, we getting ready to move." Okay, hold yours up again. Okay. And then we have one over here. Okay. Can you do 2 digits instead of 3? That's a loaded statement, isn't it? Yeah. A couple of y'all caught that. Because a finger is called a digit in science. So 2 instead of, y'all putting it together now, right? Okay, 2 instead of 3. Okay, thank you. All right, so from low to high, we have a 9, a 9, a 9, a 9, and a 9.8 for the poet. That's going to give the poet a total score of 27. Coming next to the stage, we've got Suave the Poet. Up next is Wild Perfection, and Poetic Zaid, you are on deck. So everybody, let's give a round of applause for Suave the Poet coming up to the stage.
What's it called? This poem got a long title. It's called Poetic Zaid Told Me to Drop My Ass Down Here, but didn't tell me it was erotic themed, and now I'm gonna wing it and do the best that I can. That's what it's a long ass title, right? This shit don't go up, man. Fuck it, all right. It's all. It's like it is a shorter poem, you know what I'm saying? So, all this time, I thought I was a hustler, because I could turn a penny into a quarter. But then I met this chick and she told me I was a magician because I turned her pussy into water. Well, abracadabra, here's the magic stick that made it happen. And I ain't really take her as no church girl, but she was sure in there singing and that thing was back there clapping. Then she started screaming, Kurt Angle, Kurt Angle, Kurt Angle. And I ain't really know why until I looked over, I seen she was tapping. I told her I could make the rabbit come out of the hat. I guess she thought I was capping. So then I took my magic stick out of the equation, and I divided her legs, and I ate it like a taste of inspiration. And it inspired me, all right? It inspired me to do what most humans are afraid of, and explore the secrets of the ocean. It's like it just kept flowing and flowing and flowing. It was almost more than my lungs could take. But look, mama ain't raised no quitter, so best believe I left for the empty plate. I made the rabbit come out of the hat about 3-4 more times, and it was time to show her a new trick. So I pulled the magic stick back out, and I showed her how I could make it disappear and reappear in the back of her throat. And to much of my surprise, even though she couldn't breathe, she refused to choke. Fuck. It's time to let all the tricks out of the bag. So I let the magic flow out of the magic stick. It was so lavish that she sat there and swallowed every bit of magic. It had to give her memories of the old days, drinking water out of the faucet. Now we gotta ride this wave till the wheels fall off, no Michelin, and hope we don't end up like that damn water in Michigan. Very toxic. I'm swallowing.
Judges, we need some scores. We need some scores. We need some scores. Oh, we're calling out for a 10 over here. Oh. All right, raise some scores whenever you're ready. Keep them up one more time. We're waiting on one more. All right. So from low to high, we've got. Okay, so we have from low to high an 8.5, an 8.5, a 9, a 9.2, and a 10. Our first 10 in the night. All right. That is going to give the poet a score of 26.7. We applaud the poet, not points. Coming to the stage next, we have Wild Perfection, and then after that, we have Poetic Zay, and that will be the end of our first round. But everybody, let's give a round of applause to Wild Perfection.
I knew there was something about him. So I ran into his DMs like a criminal running from the cops because I had been planning to get into this kind of trouble for weeks. I made sure my alkaline water was a pH of 8. 8 pineapples like my life depended on its acidity because coating his beard with this natural conditioner was the only thing on my mind, and he obliged me. I wasn't on the typical Netflix and chill shit. I was on some eat me to death and then back to life, real shit. Because his lips looked like Beyonce's thighs after the twins. His tongue movements were like Coachella choreography. My pussy was a band that had not been played in months except for my fingers just practicing the bass line. And quite frankly, I had been fantasizing about feeding him this organic pussy and ass like Trader Joe's in this brown paper body. You see, when someone eats your pussy like you are Cold Stone on a waffle cone, that's some brain you couldn't even get with a Harvard scholarship. And the way he drank my juices like Navy SEALs who haven't seen water for weeks, his mouth surrounded my clitoris like the Taliban. He was on a mission to acquire a target. When I came, I was somewhat of a tyrant, violent, making me release over and over was torture. I remember wondering, is this what war feels like? Winning and losing together. When I surrendered to his tongue, does it benefit the both of us? Me waterboarding him on bed sheets that resemble a white flag. Are these orgasms multiple olive branches? Will he let me come in peace? My G-spot, an emergency room entrance he rushed to like a doctor on call. I squirted like a sliced artery. He moaned because he could feel the impulsiveness of my clitoris jumping like it came to a beautiful conclusion. The way my body spasmed like it had died. I lost my mind in the cremation of fire he didn't want to put out, a flame passing between these lips and his like a magic trick David Blaine couldn't even master. And I wanted to open my mouth to call him master, like this was show enough an orgasm worth ascending to. This Leroy Green told me I should not have brought my pussy to a mouth fight because I will always lose. This poem is on my mattress now. The wrinkles in the sheets are the sentences, the wet marks are the punctuation marks. They tell a story of how I should not have underestimated him, how yoni whispering is a lost art, always worth recreating, and he, the oral artist, making abstract out of the seizures of my body. Thank you.
All right, that was wild perfection. Judges, it's your time to shine. Choking or slapping? Make sure y'all watch some YouTube tutorials how to choke properly. That's all I'm gonna say. There's art to it. All right, we got. Okay, maybe not YouTube. All right, from low to high, we have a 9, a 9.5, a 10, a 10, and a 10. That brings the poet to a 29.5. And last, coming up to the stage for the first round, we have Poetic Zay. So everybody give a round of applause to Poetic Zay.
Isn't it amazing when two artists come together and make art of their own? Her favorite art is not the combination of my poetry and her angelic voice. It is a masterpiece of my beard coated in her honey. She loves how each drip falls like raindrops on wet glass. The inevitable attempt of me catching every drop, knowing damn well I'd rather drown in this paradise than catch a breath of air. But this is not her favorite part. Even with her legs wrapped around my head without regard if I could breathe, she still thinks of tasting me, carefully savoring every opportunity. She makes this lightning release rod and catches every drop of this candy rain till she don't stop. She would devour every drop of me over and over and over again if she could, but if I have to be honest, she not slick. I knew by the way she got up, wrapped her head, looked at me and said, I don't usually do this, that she was a motherfucking liar. I knew it, y'all. But who am I to deny queen? So I just sit back and say, go ahead, mom, do your thing. And I could tell at this moment she released, as if my words were the only permission she needed. See, I never knew she was a rapper, but this queen know how. See, I never knew she was a rapper, but this queen know how to rock a mic. The epitome of contradiction because she spit, but she don't spit. I want to make her reach climaxes that my Everest never reached, while the music in the background plays, peak, baby, peak. Because y'all, I want to reach into the bottom of her fountain. I want to play in her deep, baby, her deep, baby, her deep. Matter of fact, speaking of Beyonce, I want to be drunk in love like a Beyonce hit. Aiming for your G-spot, girl, you know I don't miss. This is the type of dick that'll make you call into work talk about, I'm sick, don't play with me. But sometimes there's not times for words like this. So dear queen, I ask you, can you say my name? First name Poetic, last name Zay.
All right, that was Poetic Zay. Judges, you know what to do. You know what to do. All right, raise your hand if y'all be licking feet. You can be honest in here. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4, 5, Some of y'all ain't being honest, then y'all in the church. I'm just gonna let y'all know that. Yeah, we saying a lot of stuff, but at least we're able to say what we really feel. Just how y'all feeling. We got, okay, all right. Okay, and, okay, so from low to high, we have an 8, an 8, an 8, an 8, and an 8.5. That is a score of a 24 for the poet. Again, we applaud the poet, not the points. And that is the end of our first round. We need a new marker. All right, so we're gonna get ready for our second round here. How y'all feeling tonight? Y'all still with us? Yeah. What'd I tell you? Are these poets not bringing you some good old energy tonight? Yeah, I know a couple of y'all about to go home. I see the way y'all hugging each other. I mean, hey, look, why not come to a late night slam? So, the next round is going to go from the lowest to the highest in terms of points. So we're getting that ready in just a second. My next question is, how many of y'all own like, anybody ever been tied up before? Tied up? Yeah, y'all like that rope stuff? Okay. Yeah. Anybody in here tied? Come talk to me after the show. Okay. All right, for round 2, this is gonna be the order that we're gonna go in. First, we'll have Buddha Fool coming to the stage. Then we will have Jordy writing. After that, we'll have Poetic Zay. Then we'll have Swab the Poet, Asian A, and then Wild Perfection. All right, so everybody, let's give a round of applause for Buddha Fool as he comes back to the stage. All right. Buddha Fool is currently outside. So we are going to move on to the second poet of the round. So everybody, we're going to try this again. Palate cleanser, right? Okay. We're going to give a round of applause as Jordy B. Writing comes to the stage next. Poetic Zay, you're after, and Swab the Poet, you're on deck. Again, round of applause for Jordy B. Writing.
You make me wanna, damn. I'm trying to come up with a nice way to say this, but there isn't one. You remind me of the Marvel Cinematic Universe because my lust for you is infinite, rock hard, and like Captain America, I can do this all day. Just call me Bruce Wayne because you got my Dark Knight Rising. You make my bastards want to slither in your chamber of secrets. I'm not a dementor, but I will snatch your soul. We don't need to play Quidditch for you to ride this broomstick. And soldiers aren't the only knots I'm interested in putting you in. But don't worry though, because I'll treat you with the attention to detail of a Chick-fil-A employee. In other words, your pleasure is my pleasure. If you can drive a stick, I'll take you to the back of this streetcar named Desire. I want to get you wet so you can whet my appetite. I mean, I want to flick my tongue up and down your clit like an electrician testing the power after a blackout. And in case you were wondering, I ate everything on the menu because I'm like a much-needed trip to Jamaica, all-inclusive. I want you to lie on me like a failed polygraph test. I'll tickle your G-spot while you tickle my fancy. You and I are more than enough, so we don't need three's company, not that I wouldn't welcome it. 69 is an odd number, we can both still get even. You mentioned wanting to sit on my face, so just think of my neck as your saddle. Now it's your turn because you're looking like a great white shark and I'm trying to see what them jaws about. I mean, I want you to swallow my seed while I sow my wild oats. I would say I want you to hold me tight, but what I really mean is I like the way your walls constrict around my boa. I've never been shallow, which was perfect for you because I know deep down is just how you like it. I want your obedience to put Alexa to shame. I mean, I want to get so deep that your moans are louder than Jennifer Hudson in Dreamgirls. And I'm not one to chase, but your waterfalls are reminiscent of TLC. They say effort matches interest, so I'm more than willing to put in the work to ensure that you squirt. I want premium access to your streaming services so I can binge watch your sex faces. I already know we're compatible because your worth matches my girth. As a matter of fact, we'll go on all night long like sports in the reruns, and I'm no athlete, but I know stretching is important. Therefore, I need you to bend over so we can get this downward-facing doggy style. I'm gonna make the neighbors know my name the way them backtracks will have you ringing out. Thinking about all the shit I wanna do is like multiple choice, and your body is the answer key. Long nights of great sex can be exhausting, but I guarantee you'll come early and often. A selfish lover ain't shit worse. So when it comes to orgasms, I'll feature you like a Ty Dolla $ign verse. And when we're finished, we'll be sweaty and hot, reveling in the pleasure of turning your whole bed into the wet spot. Thank you.
All right, round of applause for Jordy B. Writing again. Judges, let's get those scores up. What y'all be putting on TV when y'all not really watching TV? You know, when it's Netflix and chill, what do y'all put on? I'm just curious. What was it? No HGTV? Y'all don't put on like, say what? The Food Channel. Hey, look, that'll get some shit started, won't it? All right, judges, are y'all ready? Okay, we got one. We got two. Right, keep them up. Okay, from low to high, we have a 6.7, a 7, a 7.5, a 7.8, and an 8 for the poet. Right, bringing our total score to a 22.3 for the poet. Applaud the poet, not the points. All right, and keep that applause going as we welcome Poetic Zayd back to the stage. Swab the poet, you're up next. Janae, you're on deck. Again, round of applause for Poetic Zayd.
Dear Queen, I'm not the type to play games unless it's Twister. You know, left hand on neck, my tongue on your center, and now it's your turn to give me my dinner, my dessert, and so much more, woman. I love to cater to you. In fact, it's one of the few things I'm great at understanding. It's not often I brag or boast, but the masterpiece of a woman you are deserves a man that's willing to do the most with no excuses. I have no desire to play with you. But I do have questions, like how does it feel? The both of us in the same space, only opportunities standing between us, this probably isn't the best or brightest idea, but unjust yourself of shame, because I swear to you that no judgment lives here. Only answers in anticipation. So please, please tell me, how does it feel? See, I know I can't sing it as well as Brian McKnight, y'all, but I wonder, do I ever cross her mind? Now that she's reached the level of success we both knew she conquered and accumulated income and big amount and massive numbers, I wonder, is she lonely? What is it like to gain everything you've desired, but abandoned by the man that you supply your desires? I wonder, does it hurt? Knowing that you broke the only man to love you for your worth. Way before it was defined by assets and connections. Before her body had finished curving out all its edges, you know, the man that listened, the one that paid attention, and always dedicated to making sure you felt protected, provided without a question or an invitation. Do you remember on your birthday? You was eating Hawaiian bread, yet even from cities away, I decided to send you food from DoorDash instead. Maybe it slipped your mind. The times I went the extra way just to make you smile, like the time I walked into the gas station, but came back out with your favorite sweets. You looked at me smiling, shaking your head in disbelief. You said you couldn't believe I remembered, but honestly, how could I forget? Who made sure to hit them angles when she wanted to show off on the gram? But now, since she burned the bridge between us, I wonder, does she feel the disconnect? Right. I bet she rarely ever thinks of me, that I hardly cross her mind. I bet these poems make me seem desperate in perspective, one-sided, but I wonder, could my thoughts be incorrect? What are her thoughts when she thinks of me, y'all? Thoughts of lovers or as friends, because what good is it for a woman to gain the whole world but lose her soulmate in the end? So tell me, please tell me, do I ever cross her mind?
Another round of applause for Poetic Zay. Judges, what y'all working with now? All right, morning or night? That's a good answer. Both. Yeah. But if we had to choose one, I'm gonna do morning. Y'all like late at night? I've been up for 16 hours. What? All right, let's see what we got. Some scores. Much long. All right, we got. Let's see what we have here. All right, keep them up, keep them up. And then last one is. All right, so from low to high, we have an 8, an 8.5, an 8.9, a 9, and a 9.5 for the poet. That is going to give this poet a score of 26.4. Applaud the poet, not the points. Coming up next to the stage, we have Swab the poet. After that, we have A. Janae and Wild Perfection. You are on deck. Round of applause for Swab the poet as he comes to the stage.
All right, I think I got another long title. This one is called, I'm gonna try to change this shit on the fly to make it nasty as I can, but with love in it, I guess, right? So, see, her intellect is like poetry, but her pussy inspires me in ways that's not writing. I'm kind of old-fashioned, so she got my heartbeat typing. I want to insert my name and my dick into her like 2 functioning words with no hyphen. Her love came for me hard at first, like a right hook. I tried to dodge it, but now shit, our kids eat enticing. But I did get hit with the love market stock being down. See, Instagram pictures has falsified us with this perfect matrimony, but sometimes she makes me feel lonely. I make her feel lonely, but we never really alone. We just not picture perfect right now. So what do we do when there's no more cameras? And her curtains closed, making you realize like Hollywood isn't so glamorous. But my wood wants to be Holly and make her bust, and my mind is like Martin, my heart is Regina, but shit, I keep dreaming about Pamela's. So what am I gonna do? I keep having flashbacks, but I can't backtrack and end up right back with the day fights to end up in the late nights, because we started with conversations of separating, but the only thing that ends up separating is her left and right leg. Now we got pain that's turned into pleasure that drips all over the bed, and instead of fixing anything at all, we let the words that we said turn into meaningless breaths down each other's necks. Now I'm here and she's there. Let me send her this text. You up? Because I'm just so into her energy. It kind of shocked me like static. And I love the way she played with my Johnson because it feels so much like magic. I'm sorry, I know I could be a little erratic, but she deals with it because of how well I can be erotic. This has been up and down, probably feels a little idiotic. I'm talking about CDC guidelines on COVID type of chaotic. And we usually all good until I get off that Hennessy, then she starts sipping on Hypnotic. She wanna Hulk smash my windshield, look at me all psychotic. But I'm toxic, so I get turned on by it. And she back to talking about a relationship and how we need to try it. But the only thing I wanna try is put my hands on her thighs and I push them backwards. Closer to her ears, that's where her calves go. We lost in a moment and we forget why we came here. But I remember she got that sled behind us, so shit, I'm trying to be a reindeer. Then when the lights come back on, she right back to talking about my fear of commitment. Let's not play the blame game here. I told you that your last name was the only thing that was gonna change here. And it went right over her head. My narcissism has her making some not smart decisions, and she only listens to the one thing that I said. But shit, I'll say anything to get her back in this bed and play with more than just her head. 2 years later, what I said still hasn't landed, and she's still so misled. But it's okay. It feel good, right? But I can tell you that the O in love doesn't stand for orgasm, and the L short doesn't stand for lust. But when it comes to the V, sex is my vice. But when it comes to the E, it should not stand for ending up with us. Just because I know how to please you, but when it comes to a healthy relationship, I only tease you. How do we end up becoming these two? Baby, I'm gonna forever be toxic. So if you think you gotta choose you, shit, please do.
All right, round of applause for Swab Poet again. Judges, y'all know what to do. Hey, anybody got like y'all be fucking with toxic sex, yes or no? You don't have to admit that out loud. I just want you to think about that question to yourself. You know, did the new year switch it up, or y'all still be texting the emoji in your phone? We need a new Mark. Mark is going faster than condoms out here these days. All right, judges, we got our scores up. Okay. And over here on this side. Yeah. Okay, so hold them up. We have one in the back. Okay. So from low to high, we have, wait. Yeah. You be finishing quick. All right. We have an 8, a 9.2, a 9.3, and a 9.8 for the poet. Did I hear a 2.5? 2.52? Okay, true. That brings a poet a score of a 26.5. Applaud the poet, not the points. Next to the stage, we have A. Janae, and then after that, we have Wild Perfection. Everybody, round of applause for A. Janae.
Wanting for you is damn near a medical emergency. And it starts with the part of the night where you and I become so inclined, so divinely magnetized that we can't help but be entwined. Call it addiction, lust, love, vice. We are two junkies of the night, calling the bedroom ringside, the bed where we fight our demons, not so politely, with pupils dilating and breathing rate rising. We call that tachypnea. The heart rate spiking, tachycardia, adrenaline rush, endorphin plunge, skin dampened and punch drunk clutch. The way we fuck is so intoxicating, it nearly becomes excited delirium crush. The only cure for when we're so dangerously drawn is to give each other the drug we've both been fiending on. The withdrawal from one another has lasted too long. The next hit of hips, too desirous to prolong. One way we can often tell someone is high on drugs is their superhuman senses and rapid movements. Are we not high when collapsing into comfort or ring? The way our hands tear each other out of every piece of clothing, the ignorance of pain as we are tossing and rolling, laughing and moaning, rigid and swollen, the perfusion of our brains, that is to say, the amount of blood assisting our logical thinking, is rapidly decreasing. It pours south between legs tangled sweetly, being bent and spread completely, and thighs gripped greedy, the reason why you throb, and I can feel my heartbeat in the wet haven where I want you buried. Hurry. The heat has me nearly hyperthermic, as if my yearning is both acute and chronic. I hold my breath, bite my lip, and at long last I get that thick, Hard dopamine hit makes me throw back my head, makes you curse under breath. No amount of Narcan can clean me from this lustful binge, so fuck me. Like your dick is my medicine, like sex gives me life again, as if this bed is an ambulance. Lights and I'll be your siren. Every stroke makes me oxygen enlightened. Sensory pleasures heightened as my climax tightens around your diamond. Pressure made cell giant. With passion supplied, I'm feeling the high. Head buzz flying and lungs burning quiet. Lips parted wide as you finish inside me. Maybe we didn't fix this addiction, but for now, we're medicated. Breath saved by friction, affliction, and intimate positions. Perhaps we'll never cure this condition, so we'll keep coming back and calling this sex emergently medicinal.
All right, that was A. Judges, you know what to do. All right, quiet or loud? Loud, okay. I got a question for the fellas. Fellas, y'all be moaning? Yeah, look, he ain't even have an answer. I sound like a walrus. All right, judges, we got some points up. Y'all should definitely look up what a walrus sounds like too, FYI. We got, wait on one more here. Okay, cool. Keep them up. All right, from low to high, we have a 7.5, an 8.7, a 9.5, a 9.8, and a 10. That's gonna give the poet a score of a 28. Applaud the poet, not the points. All right, and keep that round of applause going as we welcome our last poet of the second round to the stage, Wild Perfection.
They say when your reality becomes better than your dreams, you'll stop getting them wet with the thought of me. Now, I know you replayed in your head what my Brazilian waxes taste like. How easily your tongue rides the smoothness of missing hair follicles, how my juices might actually water taste buds into blooming, only to become addicted to my perfectly pH-balanced beard fertilizer. Let me tell you, as queen of this freakdom, your words do not scare me. Now tell me, how deep is your stroke sleep? Like, how many slapping sounds does it make my eyes roll back into a coma, sleeping beauty like, only to be awakened by the sweetest kiss on my clitoris? See, this is why I don't normally fuck with other poets. Because I can tell that your vocabulary contains words that will make my pussy spit for you just from the vibrations of your syllables. But what I really want to know is, what is your safe word? Because I plan to wrap rope around your wrist with the same tightness as my lips around your dick. These dimples meet my cheeks can grip. Place your thumb and finger in each to adjust your comfort level. Until the ink from your pen slides down my chin saying, damn, you win in cursive. Because if you think I can't match your nasty, you are in for a battle even the Avengers could not save you from. Now tell me, have you ever been rolled with such intensity that you could see the name of our future kids? Ass plopping onto your pelvis as you envision each letter B, R, I will fuck you into a prophecy no religion could foreshadow. Make you say your grace before eating me because this is what heaven tastes like. I will make you crave me so desperately that you will want to lick anything I touch. I admit That ever since I heard those words spill from your lips, I've been daydreaming about you in limericks, and if you stroke anywhere near as gracefully as you speak, then our sex would be poetry between the sheets. Your body, as chiseled as your mind, as sharp as your words, and I would love to have you slice me right down the middle. I not only want you to write your secrets against the back of my throat and swallow, I want your words to cream pie into my womb. Make no mistake, this is not some infatuated fan speaking. I am a queen that can hear the heaviness of your mind and your dick from the stage. And this castle has been lonely with cobwebs and echoes and hallways, but your tone is like keys to my chastity belt, and I'm not sure if this is lust or love at first listen, but my thighs and I are spread eagle to exploring the possibility of me doing a curtsy on your face before the end of the night. So, King, you have 5 minutes to decide whether you want to stroke me with your mind or your body. The jewels on our crowns, hot bling in unison, that we should do both, but just know that if you continue jizzing sentences like this in my ear, this mic won't be the only thing open for you tonight. Thank you.
All right, round of applause for Wild Perfection. Hey, look, somebody was saying it already. Judges, what say you? Go ahead and raise them up if you got it written. Raise them up, raise them up, raise them up. All right, from low to high, we have an 8.5, a 9.7, a 10, a 10, and a 10. That brings the score to a 29.7 for the poet. Applaud the poet, not the points. And that brings us to the end of round 2. How many of y'all be going more than one round? Somebody put 10 up. I fuck with that. Okay. All right. So this is going to be the reverse order for this final round. All right. Before that, hey, what zodiac sign is y'all's kryptonite? Like whenever you ask somebody, like, yo, what's your sign? Who's usually fucking Leos? Scorpios. Geminis. Not Aries. No Aries for that fellow in the back. Anybody over here? Taurus, all right. Pisces. Shout out to the Pisces. All right. So here's the order of the last round. We're going to start with Wild Perfection. Then we're going to have A. Janae back on the stage. Then we have Swab the Poet, Poetic Zay, and then Jordy B. Wright. All right, so this is our final round. Audience, this is it. I want you to give all of them your energy, undivided attention, have a good time with them. Poets, leave it all on the stage. All right, first up we have Wild Perfection.
Some days, I need your dick down my throat more than I need to breathe. Need to make you feel like the king you are, to kneel in the presence of royalty. Need your white knights marching down the back of my tongue like they're ready for war. You bouncing on my vocal cords like each one of them had a saddle. Your horse making me hoarse, my throat sore from all the whippings you have given it, the way a real equestrian should. Train my shit to only open up for you. Sometimes, I want your dick to get the kind of deep the Mariana Trench is jealous of. Your submarine acting like it discovered tonsils, and there are creatures swimming in my saliva while my hands counter and clockwise to turn your expressions into numbness, like your face ain't trying to catch feelings, like a shock of stroke. In other words, I want to kidnap the words, oh, fuck, out of your mouth like vocal trafficking was a thing, you know. The way Ursula stole Ariel's sound. I need you to give my throat some pounds like a fat transfer. No BBL, but once you feel this samba on the tip of my tongue, call me Brazilian, the way I make your butt clench and lift the nuts out of you like an exorcism. Shoot out like the set you playing forgot where your grandma stay. And I give neck like black mothers with attitudes like I wish the fuck you would leave the mouth of this house without my permission. Give neck like Quagmire is my spirit animal, and I'm just trying to swallow all of your extended family, guy. I want your senses to be a cacophony of chaos, your vision, blurred lines, but unlike Pharrell, this throat got the rights to a beat this time. Waking up, walking like your calves gave up on drinking milk, and I promise there's no beef between us, but this throat ain't never seen vegan. Been swallowing meat and seeds like it don't know shit but keto, but this throat really don't diet. Been fat and thick and wrapping itself around thick like hugs. And I guess that's why sometimes I cry when that dick gets so deep that tears run down my face like they're happy to see you. So deep that my throat starts to think it's the stomach, the way I digest your girth and choke and cough and spit to coat that dick like a North Face in a New York winter. When it gets the kind of deep that it asks me, now how did it make you feel? And I wonder how daddy could love and discipline me in one stroke or 50 or 100, how face fucking makes me feel pretty and how your facials feel like a moisturizing Fenty foundation, how these slurps need to be sponsored by Sephora, how your cum tastes like the fountain of youth and I be a slut for the structure of you, how you bring the design and architecture into this foundation we call my mouth, and you build me up from the inside out, how this dick takes the breathing out of me and my gawk makes you forget to. The way you always take up space, air has no place here when suffocation is the only option and your dick is the only oxygen I will ever need.
Round of applause for Wild Perfection. Judges. It's your time to shine, judges.
1-0.
All right. From low to high, we have a 9, a 10, a 10, a 10, and a 10. And that is going to be a 30 for the poet. Coming up next to the stage, we have A. Janae. Suave, you're after that. And Poetic Zayd, you are on deck. So everybody, round of applause for A. Janae.
Your presence in sultry shadows is daring me think of you when lust is overcoming. I dream of a moment where we would be alone with bedroom curtains closing. Confess this tension that you and I already know. I won't upset this balance we've created, but my hypervigilance picks up on your body language, the way your hand takes to my thigh, or the way you brush lips to my cheek, the way your frame seems to catch my eye, or how I know the power in your candle strike, matchstick, delicate, fiery contact magnified. You make me want to swallow fire, knowing you would be liquid heat in my throat. Lava stroke, volcanic, erupt me slowly. The fiction I've dreamt of you makes me tangibly tempted to have you show me, so show me. Aren't we all telling secrets when we share our poetry? Don't we say there are no secrets among poets, only ink-spilled doors, pen stroked open, parchment tender skin, finger fumbled boldly into scriptures of affection animated wholly? I get on my knees and tend to pray. Dear Lord, Satisfy this need, fantasize my fiction into saccharine reality. Let this be the soldier of your gospel, capable of conquering desires so carnal. The potential for infatuation could be so harmful, but the aptitude for adoration so colossal. You make me want to liquefy. Melt into magnanimous desires of bodies colliding like stars conspiring to supernova into cosmic dust choirs. I don't sing on stage, but for you, I'll alto. If you are as good as my dreams, I will bow throat string crescendo to soprano, beckon your fingerboard to my neck, play me incessantly till I forget that I am supposed to be playing pretend, the quiet, nice girl who doesn't talk about such things. As if we would not prowl with power play. Two wildcats ensnared for dominance sake, pound for pound the hounds hunting game. I'll test your wits and your limits simultaneously. You make me want to take off the mask. Be as vulnerable as a damned woman can. Let you see my scars on both skin and soul. Peer behind the veil of this life so cold. A chance to see the story of why I am so bold. The fuel for the fires my passions behold. Somewhere in here, I slip an analogy once told that crosses love for lust and emotions neatly folded into the breast pocket of our societal foreclosure on any idea that romance is still worth holding. Someone once told me that no one writes about love, but I think we hope for love in between the lines of lust and sexual justification for bodily sensations that come as close as we can be to feeling spiritually naked. You make me want to be spiritually naked. Write in alliterations alluding to us as angels, beings higher than how this form can contain us, two primal powers passionately pouring out such untamed, untapped, unkempt energy, thinking we might collide with some shred of synergy, that this passion might become more than just friends. We could be the fuel, flame fanning our reveries. It sounds pleasantly like a dream I once had, lying in my bed, orchestrating fictitious actions with puppeteer hands, and at once letting my lips taste your name. You make me want to confess.
Hey, round of applause for H&A again. All right, see, the judge in the back is already ready with the score. I dig that. How many of y'all got OnlyFans? How many of y'all subscribe to OnlyFans? Okay, again, we gonna work on this lying and truth telling. But if y'all need something to watch, I know somebody. All right, we got 3. We got 4. No. We got 4 of the scores. But I fuck with the energy. All right. So from low to high, we've got an 8, an 8.5. Sorry about that. All right, from low to high, we have an 8, an 8.5, an 8.8, a 9, and a 9.5 for the poet. That is going to be a 26.3 for the poet. Round of applause for the poet, not the points. Next to the stage, we have Swab the poet. After that is Poetic Zay, and then Jordy B. Writing, you are on deck. So, round of applause for Swab the poet as he comes back to the stage.
Seeing everybody else come to the side, I like to come to the front so she can see me coming. I'm sorry, bad dad joke. I just had to throw it out there. All right, so this one right here is titled "Follow Me on Instagram at Swab the Poet 2.0." All right, network right there, real quick now. All right, I might. You I don't know. Do you follow me? Let me not break up time. All right, we'll talk about it later. All right. So, you tired of intertwining your body when you ain't connected with yourself? Tired of giving up your body to dudes who are only thinking about themselves? They can open up your pussy to stimulate your clit, but it doesn't matter because he doesn't open up your mind to stimulate your mental health. They all look right past your trauma bandages and your cries for mental health. A true orgasm is something you've never felt. It just elevates to the top floor like a hospital. It's just a nut house. Come here, baby, let me knock that rust out. Let's talk about your pain and clear them traumas out so I can get your water flowing again. Let's take them panties off and get your lips smiling and your skin glowing again. I keep telling her to come here, stop holding it in. You got all this trauma bottled up, but you laugh through it. But you tired of going on dates with the expectation of ass being attached to it. When you find out he broke and he ain't got enough dick attached to him. When this man has insecurities with a WWE match attached to him. I ain't trying to put my hands on you unless you had a long day. And I'm trying to fuck that stress away. Tell me which way you like my tongue position. Tell me, do you like the way my dick curve in this position? Because I do got that curve. Go ahead and come as much as you want. I'll get mine later, I ain't tripping. When you leave here, you're gonna love your body more than I do. I can't wait to watch you ride it. You looking 6 foot when you're only 5'2", but you know how to come up off all those inches. You're gonna feel it in your stomach, and it's gonna be mending, and it's gonna take your heart out them trenches. Hold on, where you running to? I know you came 10 times, but we ain't finished. I understand you can't feel your legs and your body trembling. I'm gonna do like no man has ever done. Clean up all my mess. I guess I say all that to say, don't let no nigga make you settle for less. I do understand once you had suave, you've had the best. Don't believe me? Here's the key. Come put that shit to the test.
Let's give it up to Suave the Poet. Hey, I'm gonna use that key trick. That was nice. Yeah, that was suave. That was suave. But the problem with my keys, I got like 6 other things on there. I'm like, put an eye out. Speaking of eyes, you know what? I'm not gonna go there with y'all. All right, judges. We got one. We got another one coming up here. We got some debate going on in the middle. And we got, okay. We got, waiting on one more. All right, from low to high, we have an 8. We have a 9, a 9, a 9.3, and a 9.8 for the poet. That is going to be a 27.3 for the poet. Applaud the poet, not the points. Next to the stage, we have Poetic Zay, and then we have Jordy B. writing after that. So everybody, round of applause for Poetic Zay.
Up late, and don't mean to keep her up or tell me. Who else can make her body do the things that I'm provoking? Maybe climb up on this rocket, let me dive deep in your ocean. If I were a masseuse, I'll give deep tissue massages to your skin. Not with my hands, but with my lips, because I love the taste of beautiful women. I will bring waves of goosebumps over every inch of your skin. All you have to do is allow your man in. Let each touch and each kiss symbolize my appreciation for you. And give it to you so good that you can't even tell your homegirls about what we do, because you know and I know that they're gonna wanna come and find out too, but we both too selfish for that shit. I'd rather treat your body like an oven instead of a microwave. Preheat you with this combination of intimacy and foreplay. See, I can tell men in the past have neglected to take their time with you, but trust me, queen, I won't make the same mistake. I aim to make your body shake while giving you kisses down your vertebrae. See, the great music soul child once said, I'm not trying to press you, but I just can't stop thinking about you and what? You ain't even really gotta be my girlfriend. But I just want to know your name, and maybe sometime we can hug up, hang out, and chill. But it's really on you, though, Queen. I don't know your name, so would you mind if I called you forever? Because the moment our eyes connected, I felt time stand still. And before you brush me off as another nigga running game, I like to make my intentions clear as day if you just let me explain. Something tells me that you've been investing in men that don't deserve you for so long that it's made your love sick. So let me be the one to give you the remedy you want, I mean need. A respectful nigga with disrespectful dick, and I know that was kind of out of pocket. But when I saw you, something in me ignited, and now I'm hooked. I just had to say something bold to capture your attention and separate me from the rest of the men. But if you're uninterested, I'll understand and respect it. I won't call you out your name just because I got rejected. I won't hide my intentions and say we could be just friends because that would be a lie. I won't settle for a hookup because you're emotionally unavailable, or be cool being your B-U-D-D-Y because I refuse to compromise. You've done that far too many times on your own. And I know, with all these great poets out here, everybody may not be a fan of my poetic cadence. But believe me when I tell you, I want to give her an eternity, y'all, but I can't. So I guess I have to settle for a long relationship and even longer relations. We can chill, no Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, or Prime. Instead, I want to dissect every square inch of her brain and know I'm not Kate Camp, but I want to know what's on her mind. I want to ask her things like what's more valuable, love, money, power, respect, or time. I want to hear her vent about that girl at work that had her fucked up when she lost her rabbit-ass mind. I want to wipe the tears before they ever leave her eye and protect her from anything that'll make her cry. I want to know the real her. The her that wakes up in the morning before she brushes her teeth. The her that gets an attitude when she gone all day without something to eat. I want to understand her at her worst so I can appreciate her at her best. And do things she never had done to her before, like give her loyalty and reassurance. I want her to teach me the real her so I can factor it into the equation and fuck her 2 weeks notice. I want to be the reason you get a street show resignation. We can travel the world together or chill at the crib like we both on probation. As long as I'm with you, woman, I'll do whatever you say. Matter of fact, you could be my knee alone and I'll be a Lorenz Tate. Basically, I'm saying we can have a Love Jones and I'll be a brother to the night. Blindly pursue you, look on my prey. Y'all, can I catch my brother? Woman, when our eyes connected, it was the first time my heart learned how to fly. Now I fear the concept of ever being bound to the ground I knew before you. We only glanced at each other briefly. When I saw you, I saw our future. The kingdom that love would build. I saw you teach our children how to love themselves first so that they wouldn't have to question what real love is now. The past before you seems empty and docile, a place I refuse to live in. But I also know that she'd think I was crazy if I just walked her to it and said all these erotic, nasty things. So instead, I introduced myself and asked for her number and her name. Appreciate y'all.
Round of applause for Poetic Zane. All right, judges, I'm looking at you. Especially in the front. There's a lot of deliberation going on. I dig it. All right. Let's see if we got one. All right. From low to high, we've got a 9.5, a 9.8, a 9.9, a 9.9, and a 10. I think we also got a phone number over here. I'm not really sure about that one. I'll let y'all deliberate after that. Okay. That is a 29.6 for the poet. Applaud the poet, not the points. And now we have our last poet coming to the stage for the evening. Round of applause for Jordy B. Writing.
The visualization of your penetration lingers on my mind the same way the manifestation of your wet-ass pussy glistens on my beard like a leave-in conditioner. I can do to your nipples what Ray Charles can do with a piano. I don't really use whips, so instead I'll just give you a tongue lashing. It's mandatory that I lick and slurp your clit into your thighs, emulate the tremors that act as the prelude to a tsunami. To fully experience your aftershock, I need you to treat my face like a mechanical bull so I can lock up all your deuces before I get tonsil deep in my favorite delicacy. In essence, I'll wear your thighs around my head as a crown, and like no addition, I can't stand the rain. I'm naturally a giver, but I love to receive, and allegedly foreplay is your forte. So I'm giving you a golden ticket to sample the contents of my chocolate factory, including my everlasting gobstoppers. Unlike Augustus Gloop, you don't have to worry about me drowning in your chocolate river. My dick is kind of like that outfit you've been saving for your next vacation. You can't wait to use it. It's showtime, so I open your legs like the curtains of a Broadway stage, and I'm your biggest fan, but you'll be the one chanting my name like an incantation. I'm more perceptive than a detective, so I know your erogenous zones like the back of my hand. You quiver as I knock on your pussy lips with my dick head before I enter because the postman always rings twice. My delivery's on par with Amazon Prime. Timely, pleasurable, and highly addictive. Your body is a symphony of which I am the conductor, and you hit all the right notes in my instruction based on the strokes of my baton. They say men are dogs, and that's exactly how I'm gonna fuck you. Hard and from behind. Translation, I excel at spreading cheeks. And since I do bite, the outlines of my canines reside all over your body. I know you're a proponent of eye contact, so I flip you over to give you some much needed face time. Try to keep your eyes on me as best you can. I know that's a tough ask because they roll in the back of your head as I get deeper than 20,000 leagues under the sea. I don't have to ask if you like it because you're wetter than Bikini Bottom. But I still want to hear you say that shit when I play Tetris with your guts. I can feel your walls pulsating around the terrain of my veins as I set up camp in your G-spot. Now you're speaking in tongues as I wade in your waters. You begin to whisper dirty nothings in my ears. I feast on your neck like Hannibal Lecter. The throbbing intensifies in you demand that I distribute my DNA on the masterpiece that is your existence. Once I've delivered on my promises, I reassure you that we'll be able to relieve our lust as I dictate to you, yes, the camera was rolling.
Round of applause for Jordy B. Writing. All right, judges, this is the last time you will have to do this tonight. You might not hear that later on tonight. I'm not sure. That statement might be different. How many of y'all been tested recently? Yeah. Y'all up to date with y'all scores and everything? True. Look, safe sex is the best sex. Better wear latex before you get that. Yeah. All right, judges, we got our scores? All right, from low to high. All right, we have a 6.7. We have a 7.5, a 7.8, an 8, and then an 8.7 for the poet. Bringing that total score to 23.3 for the poet. Applaud the poet, not the points. All right, y'all. We made it to the end. Whew. All right. We're going to release you back into the wild so y'all can go get wild. How about that? Sounds good. Hey, what's y'all's favorite position? Just out of curiosity. Just
Every one of them.
every one of them.
Collapse doggy.
What?
Collapse doggy.
Collect 200 and pass go. Collapse dog as opposed to stand. All right. Hey, look. I like the little, y'all know the sniper pose? You like prone, like in Call of Duty. You gotta press the circle button twice. Yeah. All right. We got a winner tonight, and we're gonna announce that name, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna have everybody give the winner a round of applause, okay? Sound good. Y'all have been doing fantastic this evening. Thank you all. Vacate the premises quickly because, people trying to close shop. We're trying to get them out of here. Y'all can hang out outside, but not inside. Exchange information with the poets, congratulate them. Shoot, if you feel it, to get some digits from somebody in here too. I don't know. Might be that kind of night. All right. So, our winner
for the 2023 Late Night Slam is Wow Perfection. Come on up to the stage, Wow Perfection. All right, congratulations. Would you like to shout out, say anything to the audience?
Thank you guys so much. If you are interested in following me and any of my other poetic adventures, because I do other poems besides writing, follow me, please. It's Wild Perfection the Poet, and it's all one word, Wild Perfection the Poet, on all social media platforms. Wild Perfection the Poet. Yay. Oh, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you all again. Have a safe night. My name is Lee. I've been your host. Thank you all, and see you next time.
Nice to meet you. Good to meet you.
We got to go.
Except for Ricky Kelly.
Exactly. I didn't even have to persuade you. I just let's say you want something. You know,